Absolutely. You broke into the major leagues in 1968 with the Braves as a 19-year-old young man. Paint the picture of what it was like being a young black man in the South in the 60s.
Well, first I was hoping that I didn't get drafted by the Atlanta Braves. And I was going to go to college to play basketball. My dad wanted me to go to the University of Santa Clara, which I didn't really want to go to because that was another, predominantly white school, just like the high school I'd gone to. And my parents got separated that year. And so the Braves drafted me. I prayed the night before that I don't get drafted by the Atlanta Braves because I was in Vietnam, was hot, race riots, anti-conformity to about everything in our country. And I woke up that morning, congratulations, you're a member of the Atlanta Braves. And I said, Lord, you didn't hear me.
He said, you didn't hear me.
and so they flew me and my mom to L.A.
Okay.
I worked out at Dodger Stadium.
Okay.
And I ended up signing in Dodger Stadium simply because Hank Aaron promised my mother that he would take care of me as if I was his son.
Was he there for the workout?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
really?
Actually, the Braves were playing.
Oh, okay, the Braves were in
the
town.
Dodgers.
Oh,
and so,
okay.
They put me on the bus. I had a little duffel, a little bag. And I sat next to Hank Aaron and Philippe Alou.
Wow.
And, who else on that team? Bobby Uecker, Joe Torre. They had some bad dudes that I had been reading about, and here I was sitting on the bus with them as an 18-year-old then. And then I signed, but the guys that took care of me were Cito Gaston, who, when I signed, I went to Austin, Texas, and my first stop was Little Rock, Arkansas. Ooh, and I was going to get off. And Cito said, where you going? I said, well, get me something to eat. He said, no, you ain't. He said, you sit down, man. You let one of the white dudes get your food for you because, we can get off the bus. And here I was coming from Carmichael, California, where we're the only black family, to all of a sudden I couldn't go or do what I wanted to do. But my first roommate, Ralph Alligator Goss, and he went to Grambling. And so he knew what it was about, how to deal in the South. He helped me, and Cito helped me, and Hank helped us all.
Before we get to your friendship and brotherhood with Hank Aaron, what was it like? Was it discriminating in restaurants, hotels? Did you guys face that where you couldn't stay in hotels with your white teammates? Did you get some of that or no?
No, I came. Jackie changed a lot of that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And when I came to the Dodgers, there were times I had discussion with Jim Gilliam and Don Newcomb about what Jackie would take and what he wouldn't take. And there were times when they were trying to have the Dodgers stay in a separate hotel. Jackie said, no, we're not going to do it. And Lee Scott, the traveling secretary, said, no, man, we'll change the team. But a lot of times it takes somebody white to change it from one side to the next side. And so, when I got there, I couldn't, they would never room a white and a black player together if there was an odd number of players. The only way you can get the only way you can get a separate single room is if there's an odd number of white and black players. And so, there were times when they wouldn't rent to us in different places. Namely, they wouldn't rent to us in Florida. So we had to stay with a host family. They wouldn't rent to us in, Greenwood, South Carolina, when I was down there playing in 68. And so, we didn't have a TV in our place because we stayed behind Mama's Soul Food Kitchen. and so...
You ate good, though.
Oh, we ate good. and see, we had a cement floor. All the blacks and Latins stayed there together. And one of my teammates, Bob Didier from the South, he's a pretty cool dude. And so I'd go with his host family to watch TV.
Okay.
But the only thing is, they had the sundown law. And I didn't know nothing about this sundown law. That's what you're talking about. And so at dark, at 9 o'clock, if you was black, you had to be off the street.
And that's a law.
That's a law. And so Gunsmoke would come on, and at 8:45, I had to leave. I never saw the end of Gunsmoke. Next day, I'd ask Didier what happened. And the host family would tell me, hey, look, man, take off. Don't you be run too fast because the cops will stop you, thinking you stole something. And you walk briskly, but you get off the street. And and there were times in Shreveport. There were times in Richmond, Virginia, when Ralph and I had to stay on second or third street. That at the motel where the numbers men, the pimps, the prostitutes, this was when everybody did their business. But it made me grow up a lot. I saw a different side of life.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a blessing actually that I went through that, because then when I came back to California, then I saw things a little differently, and it was tough to fool me by the fact that you smiled in my face and really,
right.
I could feel how you really
the energy doesn't lie.
Yeah.
Although there was, obviously you said almost segregations within the team where black and white players didn't stay together. What was the chemistry like outside of that? Was the chemistry so good, or did you have some teammates that still kind of side-eyed you?
Yeah, there were some, but something, sports is a great
blender.
Yeah, blender.
Yeah.
And there were some dudes that were from the South big time and hadn't had any interaction with any black players or Latin players, that ended up being cool as hell.
Interesting.
And I learned, during this whole time, I went in Marine Reserves at the same time. I went in Marines at 19 years old at the same time, because the Braves got tired of me. I had to come home to go to American River College after that first year of ball.
ARC.
Yeah. And I went there because you had to carry 15 units per semester passable, or else you were drafted.
Oh, to the war.
Into the war, into Vietnam. And so I came home, and then, the Braves told me, hey, man, you're on a fast track. Because I came out in June, and I led the team in hitting, and I had no spring training or nothing, but they didn't know that I was working out with the track coach and the baseball, because I had to make it.
Right.
And so I had a choice between joining the National Guard and joining the Marines, and I refused the National Guard because the National Guard, was getting called out on riots at that time.
Okay.
And so I said, no, I'm gonna join the Marines, and which was also a great time in my life, because it taught me, teamwork. I was always hunting and fishing with my dad. It taught me weaponry. It taught me, a lot of stuff.
So, drafted Marines for 5 straight years. You were away from baseball?
No, I was. You sign up for 6 years.
Okay.
And I signed up in the reserves, and I went 6 months. And I was dress blue outer man, which they give dress blues to whoever the baddest dude there was. But I told, I just knew it was gonna be me. I said, man, you just
you might as well hand that off.
Yeah, and we ain't got to go through all this. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work like that, but that's what I thought in my mind. And so anyway, you come out 6 months, and then I went straight to ball, and then you do 1 weekend a month. You go be a Marine, and then you do 2 weekends every summer.
Okay.
And so, like I'd go to Quantico, I'd go to Pendleton, and your MOS is whatever you're trained to do. And I was in advanced motor T, like I was auto mechanic.
Okay.
And but when you change units, like say in Shreveport, I was in a MP unit, so I had big duty that summer in Pendleton, and you're guarding Vietnam war criminals before they go to Leavenworth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so you're not supposed to talk to the prisoners or nothing. So I had night duty, so you're supposed to like shine the light, on the fence, and then say halt, and then shoot them in the butt if they're going over the fence. So I said, the guy told me, you ain't got to do that, man. You just go to sleep and then kick the light every once in a while. Well, I kicked the light, and it was up in the tree for about an hour. So the next day, my punishment was no sleep.
Oh.
And so somebody goes, Private Baker. I look down, and it's my homeboy from Riverside. I said, man, what you doing in here? He goes, man, I refuse to shake a tree. And boom, boom, boom. That's what he told me. So the next day, somebody else called me. It was a team. It was a class clown from Riverside. So I took them shotgun shells out of I said, I ain't shooting nobody. act like I had them in my, and so, that was some, I was pretty tumultuous time for me and for the country. This one, Hey There, Spirit was strong. I hang out in Winterland, and my dad, he said I could go any place, but he didn't want me going to Berkeley because of
all the protesting.
Yeah, all the protests. Joe Baez, Timothy Leary, Angela Davis, Sin Q, all that. But good thing they didn't have that tracking system on my.
He still made it out there, huh?
Made it out there.
He set up shop out there, huh?
It was fun too.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's talk about one of the greatest of all time, Hank Aaron, and how that relationship helped shape the man and the ball player he became.
First, he helped shape me off the field. And at that time, everybody wanted to be around Hank. Hank was very involved in the civil rights movement. And so at any given time, I'd be with Hank and Ralph. We'd be with Jesse Jackson, Andrew Young, Honorable Andrew Young, Ted Abernathy.
So he just took you around with him?
Yeah, I was always with him. And here I was, like 19, 20 years old, coming from all-white Carmichael to the South. I mean, it kind of confused me.
Yeah.
For a while in time there. But the thing about it is, I was closer to Hank. I was closer to Hank's kids in age than I was to Hank.
Right.
And so, like, I go over Hank's house and play with Gail and Hanky and Larry and Dorinda, and like I said, I was playing jacks and
He was like a kid,
jumping
big
rope.
old kid. Yeah.
I was like a kid, and but being around Hank, we'd go to Hank's room, and at that time, Satchel Paige was on the team. And so, I mean, just to be around those dudes, and then we'd go to St. Louis, and Cool Papa Bell would come around to see Hank, and everybody would come around
to see Hank.
And, Hank would always have me and Ralph with us. I mean, we went to Chicago, we'd be around, Jesse Jackson would be there, and then he'd have a dinner. There'd be the staple singers there. There was, Billy Preston, was there. Yeah, and it was like, I mean, it was education, almost every day. And Ralph and I were in charge of making Hank laugh because, man, we'd see the letters that Hank got, and, we'd see the pressure that he was, was under. And, Hank taught us how to like, conduct yourself with class and dignity. And everybody has some unresolved anger on the inside, but you don't wear it on the outside. Years later, things that Hank would tell me, he'd say, hey, he'd call me boy sometimes. Hey, boy, you understand? I said, yes, sir. And I didn't understand nothing. But he says, look, if you don't understand what I'm telling you, at least retain what I'm telling you, and someday you'll see it. And that happened
a lot.
A number of times. And even when I got to Chicago as a manager, I got some threats. I got a whole bunch of threats. My wife wouldn't let me go out by myself in Chicago because we started losing. And I was getting like anthrax powder in the mail, and just, hate mail and all kind of, letters.
Right.
But I was prepared for that because I'd seen how Hank handled it. And so a lot of the things that happened in my life that I didn't like, it was all in a preparation to for the present and the future for me and perchance, somebody else.
I mean, it was said that you would go back through the trash and dig up some of the letters and see some of just the nasty stuff that people would say to him. And this was constant.
Well, a lot of times, he'd throw it on the floor. And Ralph was on one side and I was on the other side. And he'd throw it on the floor, and I could tell it was a bad letter. And he'd go in the training room, and then, he didn't just give it to us to let us read. As like your parents, they kind of hide stuff from you.
Right.
But, if you do your own research or
do a little the curious digging,
or snooping or whatever you want to call it, there was it was a treat. But something, it was great to see how he channeled that to a higher source of concentration. I've never seen a guy concentrate. And then one day, there's a letter or a threat that somebody in a red coat was going to shoot Hank.
During the game?
Yeah, during the game. So Hank's here, I'm there, Ralph's here. So me and Ralph, man, hey, Hank, we down with you, but the whole game we looking at, the whole game we looking, Hank didn't look up not one time.
Really? Just locked in?
Yeah, and I was like, man, the whole time I was going to save Hank, you know what I mean?
I mean, how open was it? What kind of personality did he have, and how open was he with you as far as kind of expressing that kind of emotion? Because I couldn't imagine, obviously, to be able to block that out and focus and still be great when your life is being threatened on a daily basis, not just racism, but people are actually threatening to kill you.
Well, like I said, he channeled it to a higher form of concentration that I've never seen before. But, we were cautious. He had a bodyguard with him all the time. First time I saw a bodyguard, Calvin Wardlow was his bodyguard. He had 2 rooms. He had one room he slept in,
room.
And then another decoy room. And, we'd take him food. We'd go down. We didn't drink much, me and Ralph, but we'd go down and, sit up with Hank. Because that was and he was getting divorced. I mean, that was a time.
Going through a lot.
He was lonely. And, we'd just go hang with Hank, and he liked to laugh. I mean, Ralph can make anybody laugh, but Hank really liked to laugh. And so, he helped us, but in a small way, we helped him too. Yeah.
You were obviously a part of the team, but particularly on deck when he actually broke Babe Ruth's home run record.
Right.
What was that night like?
Well, first, I was supposed to be protecting Hank in the batting order. Nobody can protect Hank. but I batted behind him. And, he would tell me things like, hey, man, this guy's going to throw me a slider away. I mean, he knew everything that was happening on the baseball field. He knew how you held your hands if you're going to be a pull hitter on defense, or he knew who could throw and who couldn't throw. And he would say, hey, man, this guy going to throw me a slider low and away because last September, this is what he did, boom, boom, boom. And see, there were no scouting reports. You had to keep it all right here.
In your mind.
You had to keep it right there. And Hank knew everything about everybody, and he taught us, which happened to me later. That's why I used to write everything down. See, I had to write it down. And then I got it. Hank just got it, period. And I'd see him, if he was having trouble hitting, he would make his hand small like this and look through and zero in on the release point. He said, I got him. I'm like, what you got, man? And then he would tell me, and I act like I got it. Half the time, no, most of the time I didn't. Or else he'd look through the hat like this.
Through a hole?
Yeah, through the hole. And you could tell when he was concentrating. He could concentrate probably along the lines of Barry Bonds.
Interesting.
Yeah, because concentration and vision is something that they very rarely talk about. They talk about all the mechanics and stuff, but I think it starts with concentration and then vision, because I've seen it.
That's interesting. Yeah. Big question, after they get everyone off the field and he hit the home run, what'd you do next at bat?
I think he hit a double.
Okay.
But I was trying to hit a homer.
Yeah, absolutely. Back-to-back would have been
Yeah, I was
amazing.
trying to hit a homer for Hank, but he didn't need it. Yeah, but something, that was a cold night in Atlanta. It was cold. And when he hit the home run, his mother came down, his dad, and his mom, you see her drape herself around Hank. That's because there was a death threat. And so then after that, I heard, I'm at bat after they stopped the game, and I'm hearing this clank, 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 clank. I look up and everybody's leaving. I'm like, wait, man, I'm about to hit. You know what I mean? But they saw what they came to see.
The Hank show.
Whether you're managing a busy morning, headed to the gym, or fueling up before work, you need a coffee that keeps up with your hustle. Looking for a coffee that offers more than just a jolt of caffeine? Try Throne Sport Coffee. It's a functional, better-for-you option. I'm loving it because it's designed for the busy, on-the-go lifestyle. Perfect for things like workouts, travel, and hectic schedules like mine. Throne Sport Coffee is backed by Kansas City MVP quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Every product gives you 150 milligrams of natural caffeine, 100% daily value of B vitamin, and is sweetened only with natural cane sugar. No artificial stuff in there. Plus, it's NSF certified for sport. Choose from premium charged lattes with 10 grams of protein or premium charged cold brews that are low in sugar and dairy free. You can find Throne Sport Coffee nationwide at Casey's, Quick Trip, or your local Whole Foods. Throne Sport Coffee is also available online at sportcoffee.com, Amazon, and Walmart.com. Throne Sport Coffee. Get going, keep going.
Most valuable promotions on Netflix are putting on a blockbuster MMA fight featuring a triple headliner of fan favorite fighters on Saturday, May 16th. It's Netflix's first MMA fight, and it's gonna be awesome. For the main event, it's Ronda Rousey, and she's back to shake up the world of combat sports with her first fight in nearly a decade, taking on fellow woman MMA pioneer Gina Carano. Combat sports icon Nate Diaz is facing Platinum Mike Perry, pitting two of the sport's most toughest competitors against each other. Francis Ngannou, widely regarded as the hardest puncher in MMA history, will also be facing off against Felipe Lins in a heavyweight bout you won't want to miss. 5 rounds, 5 minutes each, one chance to leave it all in the cage. You don't want to miss this. Watch Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano live only on Netflix Saturday, May 16th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Memories of the early Home Run Derby show. I mean, it was built around Hank. He won 6 of them. What do you remember about those?
Man, what you know about that?
I remember seeing those. I don't remember what channel used to show them in black and white back in the day. Remember that? Where it was like the battles,
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was black and white. They sit down at Wrigley Field down in down in Long Beach. Oh, yeah. Hey, man, that was one of the greatest shows, especially because, you know, I never hit home runs. I wasn't strong enough to hit home runs. And the home run derby was something. I remember Bob Allison. I remember Hank, Willie. I mean, them dudes could hit. I mean, they could really hit. And yeah, that was about as much fun as I had watching TV at that time.
That's dope. Take a look at this photo right here. Some legends.
Oh, look at this. That's cool, Papa Bell. And Satch and Ralph.
Yeah.
And me. Oh, yeah.
How much older was Hank than you? 10, 15 years?
I think he's older.
Oh, more than that.
Probably.
Okay. Closer to 20, maybe?
Yeah, 15, 16.
Okay.
I guess. And see, and I got in trouble here because I was trying to style. See, I had the white shoes on.
With the stirrups?
Yeah, but I mean, but the white shoes, everybody else got
shoes.
black on. See, but I wanted to style, you know. I got my little skinny wristbands and stuff. And
he was fly. I see it.
No, but the thing about it is, man, those two dudes, when you're around them, see, and Hank would make them start lying. And then he'd say, hush, lying. And so then they lie some more. And all me and Ralph did, look at us. So we ain't doing nothing but laughing at him.
Soaking it in, huh? Who's the guy behind? Is Ralph right here in the front?
Yes, Ralph.
Who's
that's
behind
the
him?
Gator. See, I can't make out who that is. And see, Satch used to call me, he used to call me Daffy.
Yeah, I heard. And you corrected him one time? You said, no, your name is?
My name is Dusty. He said, Daffy, I know what your name is. And see, Jim Gilliam used to talk about cool Papa Bell all the time. And, you know, I was so lucky to be around Jim Gilliam and Newcomb and Roy Campanella and also Erskine and Sandy Koufax is one of the coolest dudes that I think. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's really great when you have heroes and you meet them and then they're better, you know, people than they were players. Because
unfortunately, sometimes, I mean, I remember my era, you would hear about your heroes and meet them and people would be disappointed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to be able to say that they're better.
Yeah,
better
I got
people
a couple
than players.
of those. Yeah.
So you end up back in California with the Dodgers. How'd that trade happen? I know that the Braves were struggling. You had asked to be traded, and at the end of the year, that made your wishes come true.
Well, I went in and asked to be traded. I want to come back home. I was ready to go home.
Okay.
And plus, I was tired of losing. And Thomas Sorter had kind of messed with me and said, hey, man, you need to be on the Dodgers. So I was like, man, but, you know, if that can happen. So I go in to see Eddie Robinson, the general manager. And the first thing he asked me, had I ever been to Cleveland? Because back then, Cleveland was a Siberian front. They had a big old stadium that held 50,000 people, or however many the Browns Stadium held at that time. And so I asked Hank, I said, how come every time I ask him, He asked me if I'd been to Cleveland. He said, boy, you don't want to go to Cleveland. I mean, it's not the Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland now is nice. But at that time, they were losing. It was cold. And I was on my way home to California. You know, I had a Porsche.
You drove a Porsche from Atlanta back to Cali?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Porsche 914. I made a little thing on the back. Yeah. And, I sold my Thunderbird because I was selling cars at that time. See, we had to work in the winter.
So you had off-season jobs?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, man. I sold cars. I sold life insurance.
Oh,
in
wow.
Atlanta life. I mean, $15,000 a minimum ain't that much money.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. Not when you're trying to help mom and dad and brothers and sisters. And so anyway, I'm in New Mexico. And that time they had some UFOs, they thought, mutilating cattle and all that stuff.
Wow.
Out in the middle of the desert. And so my lights start flickering. So I just knew, man, UFOs was on me.
What you mean? Your car light started flickering? Just out of nowhere?
Yeah, in the dark. And all of a sudden I'm out in the middle. So I said, oh, no. Man, I had UFOs after me. So I stopped. And I'm watching TV. And I see these dudes on TV. I said, damn, man. And they traded the 4 guys. And I said, man, who'd they trade those guys for? You know, and then me. That's how I found out.
That's how you found out on TV.
So I called my dad. I said, Pops. He said, boy, where are you? We've been looking for you because they didn't have cell phones back then. He had to stop in the phone booth. So, that was one of the better days of my life. But I almost screwed it up because I went home to Del Campo a week after playing against Jerry Manuel and his brothers, and I hurt my knee playing basketball.
Oh, did you? On just a pickup?
Oh, a pickup. Because my mother used to always tell me quit playing basketball. But how do you stop playing basketball?
You can't.
I don't understand that. You know, Basketball Jones by Cheech and Jones. I had it bad.
You told us about that.
And so that almost cost my career. Now, my first year here.
Wow.
Yeah, I hit a home run my first at bat. I hit another one until July the 4th.
Really?
Oh, yeah, and then they was booing me every day, and then they had, I'd hate to even come out of the dugout, to pinch hit at the end, because as soon as I step out, and that runway from the dugout to home place
seemed like a mile away.
Oh, my God. And so, they operated on me. The trainer helped save me. Oh, first the trainer, he goes, how'd you hurt your knee? I said, I was running my dog. I jumped over this creek in boom in Sacramento. So he says, hey, man, did your dog get an assist?
He heard about it.
So he said, okay. He said, tell me the truth. And he said, don't lie to me.
Right.
And I told him. He helped me save my career. Dr. Job operated on me. And I used that. Yeah, Dr. Job. Yeah, Dr. Job. He did all my operations. And so once I became a coach and a manager, my number one rule is don't lie to me. Okay. Give me a chance to understand, because that's what happened to me with my trainer, and he understood. He never gave me up to the Dodgers.
That's big.
Yeah, it's big, and also learned lessons that, somebody tell you something, unless it's life and death or something like that, you gotta eat it and go to your grave with it.
So you came in a richest era of Dodger history. I mean, Garvey, Say, Lopes, Russell, Tommy was the manager. What was that clubhouse and culture like?
Well, it was a culture of winning, and at that time, the Lakers were winning, Dodgers were winning, USC was winning, Rams were winning, Angels winning.
Was UCLA winning? You didn't mention
UCLA was winning. No, come on, I was going to get there. Come on, man.
You started naming all this other shit. I didn't know what was going on, man.
Okay, man. So you didn't give me a chance to get there. No, but I mean, the culture, when I first got there,
What was your first year in LA?
76.
76, okay.
Yeah, and I missed cutoff, man. And I almost threw a dude out of third, and David Lewis come over to me. He goes, hey, man, and now Campena's just giving me a book, The Dodger Way to Play Baseball. I didn't read that book, man. I don't need no book. So I missed a cutoff, man. David Lopes came over to me and said, hey, man, we don't play like that here.
Hit the cutoff.
Hit the cutoff, man. So I say, man, you don't tell me what to do. And so here come Joe Ferguson, then here comes about 8 guys. It was I said, man,
Sizing you up, huh?
I said, I can't beat everybody up. So I went home that night.
Read the book?
Yeah.
I said, I got to figure this shit out.
I never told him I read the book, though.
Oh, man. So you struggle, a little bit.
A lot.
And a lot. When did you kind of start finding your rhythm as a Dodger?
After I had my knee operated on.
Mm-hmm. How long you got with that?
I've never been on disabled list, but I made it through the year. I had a bunch of cortisone shots.
So wait, you had surgery and just started playing right after that?
No, I had surgery in the winter.
Oh, okay.
In the winter, and I was in a cast from here to there, because then that's when they cast you.
Yeah.
And then I went to Dodger Stadium once my cast came off, and the same trainer that I told you about, we ran every day from the bottom of Dodger Stadium all the way up 8-9 to the very top and down. I mean, he ran with me every day. He saved my career.
Wow. How old are you at this time?
26.
Oh, you're right, and about to hit your prime.
Yeah, I had to be 26, and they traded Buckner to the Cubs because they were trying to trade me, but they didn't want me at the time. Because I'm telling you, man, I was, and I knew. I said, this is where I always wanted to play. I got to get my stuff together, and this is when I fell in love with baseball. When I got hurt and it was almost taken from me. Because before that, man, I was playing baseball, because I was good at it, making money. But my heart was in basketball.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you guys, obviously now that kids got trainers at 6 years old and doing all kinds of stuff, and I didn't grow up that way. I grew up playing every sport. Did you guys train in the off season? Like, what was off season training like? Did you guys lift weights, or what kind of stuff did you guys do in the off season?
Well, I started lifting weights when I hurt my knee.
Okay, so that's got you on that kind of...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, see, they used to tell us don't lift weights because, you'll get muscle bound and stuff. But, man, I was so far from muscle bound.
You needed the help.
Oh, yeah, man, I could lift weights, and my little muscle boot like this, and my brother lift weights. Man, he would, blow up. Well, I get strong. I was strong as hell, but I just
couldn't see it.
Yeah, you couldn't see it. And, Bobby Bonds used to lift weights, and when he was, 15, 16 years old. And Rico Carter used to lift weights. And but Bobby, his weights were like a steel bar. It wasn't official weight.
Made it work, though.
Yeah. But something, I got a theory that the old dudes, they didn't lift weights, but they did manual labor. They either picked, Hank said he worked on an ice truck. Willie Mays picked cotton, I think. Somebody else, Mickey Mantle, baled hay. I mean, those are lasting strengths that you get.
It gives you grown man strength.
Hey,
it's different than weight room strength.
And see, that's weird you said that, because see, I was hitting balls at 19, 20, 22 years old, but they used to tell me, wait till you get your man strength.
It's different.
Yeah. And it sure is different. And my daddy said, if you get in a fight with an old man,
you're gonna know.
He told me wrestle with him for about the
tire
first.
Him out.
Yeah.
Tired, get his old ass tired.
Yeah.
I remember that. Because our era didn't lift a ton of weights, but I remember when I got to the NBA and there was still real power forwards and centers, like that grown man weight. When you got some kids that you paying for and the mortgage you paying for, is way different.
Yeah,
that shit is different. Rumor has it you were one of the co-inventors of the high five.
Yeah, co is a key word.
Okay.
Because Glenn Burkett invented it.
Okay.
And I don't know if he invented it, but that's the first time I saw it.
Saw it?
Yeah, because I hit my 30th home run off of J.R. Richard. And on the last day, this guy, he was my nemesis.
The pitcher?
Yeah. And Reggie Smith told him on a Thursday that I was going to hit it off him on Sunday. And I said, Reggie, he don't need any help, dude.
He's already got me.
Yeah. I'm hitting about 100 off this guy. And he's my buddy.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. He'd strike me out 3 times and then pick me up after the game to go have a drink. That's how it was. And I see him coming, and I duck and try to get on the bus because I'm still pissed off about the game. So he don't. I said, come on, man, get in. I said, for what? He goes, man, the game's over with. I said, it's over for you. It ain't over for me.
He just struck me out 3 times.
Yeah.
Goddammit. Crazy. Tell us about how the tradition about the bubble gum started. You were talking a little bit about it before the show, but at Dodger Stadium, people used to throw thousands of pieces of gum out in the outfield.
Yeah, well, there's a guy named Chuck and another lady and her son, Mark Rissman. They used to throw me bubble gum in the beginning. And so I'd pick their bubble gum up, then everybody started bringing me bubble gum. and they'd hold up the game.
So they could pick up all the gum?
Yeah, I'd tell the bad boys, it got to be a routine. They'd come out and get all the gum, but I would notice Chuck's gum and only chew it.
Some safe gum. You don't know what they're putting in the other gum.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, I
That's
believe
the truth.
it. Absolutely. It's still in the 70s. Should I be scared in 2026 to chew somebody's gum?
Me neither.
77. Team made history with 4 guys hitting 30-plus home runs. You, Reggie Smith, Garvey, and Say. The squad also featured an all-black outfield.
Well, that's something I didn't think about.
And when did you kind of think about that?
Right
Not
now.
till later? Oh, really? Not till now? Really?
I swear.
Wow.
Yeah, because see, in those days it was kind of common, you know, and in the minor leagues it was real common, you know, and
So just today it's not common.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
But with Smith and Thomas were also from California, right?
Yeah, I mean from Compton,
Okay.
and I tell people Reggie Smith was the second best player I ever played with behind Hank Aaron.
Really?
Reggie Smith was a bad boy, man. There ain't nothing Reggie
That he
Smith
couldn't do.
Oh yeah, he could hit, run, switch hit, and you know.
Was he center field?
Right field.
Right field, okay.
Had a cannon. Yeah, I mean, and if I was having trouble, you know, I'd talk to Reggie Smith.
78 back-to-back World Series trips. You were the NLCS MVP in 77. Grand Slam off of Steve Carlton. Did your thing, huh?
Well, hey, man, you know, they walked Garvey to get to me to try to load up a situation. Well,
Had to make him pay.
yeah, but Hank used to tell me, you know, they'd walk him too. And he'd say, don't try to hit a home run. He says, don't hit the ball on the ground because they want you into a double play. And he says, you're just a big part of the field. So I was 1 ball, 2 strikes, and I was thinking how I was taught. You know, you put the ball in play, but you don't miss what's coming. And he hung a breaking ball to me, and
Got it.
yeah, I mean, and Hank said, I mean, this is what Roy Campanella used to tell us all the time. He says, man, you only hit 1 pitch at a time. He say, take a good whack at it and don't miss it. And so, see, that's just like you get an open J.
Got to hit it.
You got to hit
Knock
it.
it down.
That's right.
So 2 home runs and 8 RBIs in that NLCS and on to the World Series.
Yeah, well, I think I broke Hank's record for that.
Did you?
Yeah, against the Mets. And that's the only record I came close to Hank. But it's something that I was very, very pleased with, especially after the way my first year went there.
Right.
And then from then on, me and the fans got along good.
That's good, because they could be brutal. Fell short 2 years to the Yankees in both of those World Series, but take us back to Game 6 where Reggie Jackson hit 3 home runs. What was it? What was the energy like that game?
Yeah, the energy is good for him. It's bad for us. You know what I mean?
Was that in New York or in L.A.?
No, that was in New York.
Yeah.
Because I can see him. Yeah, and I was
Monster shots.
like bam, bam, and then the bam. I just couldn't believe it because I'd never. I never seen anything like that. But it was, I wasn't real big on the Yankees because, you know, I was a Dodger fan. And, you know, the Dodgers lost to the Yankees on a number of occasions, just like I was a Laker fan. But that's why I didn't like the Celtics. Yeah, because they won all the time. And I was like, man, why must they win all the time? But then once I got in that position, then I wanted to win all the time. You know,
81, you get your revenge, part of Fernando Mania. What was that like, and what was he like as a person?
Hey, Fernando was perhaps one of the best athletes I ever played with. And he could do everything but run. He couldn't run a leg. But he could field, he could hit, he could, he could do anything. You know, that hacky sack thing those kids used to do?
Nice with it?
Yeah. Hey, man, he would keep it alive for like 30 minutes.
Just
off the
messing
knee,
around.
and I was like, damn, how you do that, man? And, he was a good athlete. And, he was fun-loving. He was 19 years old because, you know, a lot of Latin players, they're like, oh, he's really older. No, he was 19.
He was a teenager, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he'd do, like, kid stuff. You know, tap you on the shoulder, you look around. It's like, you know, kids
Fuck around with you.
They come on with that, though.
Oh, man, I love that.
Hey, man, he could pitch.
Yeah.
And, you know, he had total recall, what Hank talks about, at 19, 20 years old.
Just remember everything.
Yeah, because I remember Andre Dawson had a homer off of him in April, and then in August, he had that same situation, and he remembered what he threw him back then, got him out. But that's why I said, you got to have total recall in order to keep your lead.
Yeah.
And listen, let me tell you, if I stutter sometime, see, I went to speech impediment class in 6th grade.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I was a stutter.
You had a bad stutter?
Yeah, pretty bad. I mean, after school, I'd go, and then my best friend would wait on me after school. We go play basketball or something. I'd come out, like, talking good. And then he would be like, what'd you learn? And I started stuttering all over again.
Asshole. Hey, with friends like that, who needs enemies? Oh, man, that's funny.
He's still my best friend.
Is he?
Yeah.
I love that. Tell him he said hello. He said he's still his best friend to today. That's crazy. So 81, Fernando Mania, you guys get your payback. Reggie, Dave Winfield, we just had him on the show the other day. After losing to him twice back-to-back years to get that redemption in 81, what did that mean to you?
I felt like Moses, you know,
Hard to see, huh?
Yeah, that helped lead the children but couldn't go to the promised land because, see, I got in a fight before we went to the World Series. And so I got a fight in Montreal with some fans after the game.
Actual physical fight?
Yeah, see, I got a bunch of scars here.
Oh, so you broke your hand.
Oh, I didn't break it, but I messed it up.
Did something to it. So you couldn't play?
I played.
Just couldn't, you weren't yourself?
Yeah, and I told Tommy, I said, Tommy, I don't think I can play. And I called my dad. I said, Dad, I can't play, man. I hurt my hand. And he said, boy, were you fighting? I said, yes, sir. He said, what I told you about fighting? And so I said, but Dad, he didn't want to hear it. So I told Tommy, I said, Tommy, I don't think I can play. And Tommy goes, hey, man, you got to play. Because, you know, we're not the same without you on the field.
So that's your throwing hand then, right?
Oh, that's my top hand.
Top hand?
Yeah, that's because that's why I wanted to win as a manager and coach because, like, I helped get us there, but I didn't contribute. But fortunately for me, Jaeger,
guys stepped up.
Penguin, and Pedro Guerrero, you know, bailed me out. I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But
No, I hear you.
yeah.
Career ends in Oakland with a pretty solid roster. You get to play alongside a young Jose Canseco. Late season call-up, Mark McGuire. Managed by your old teammate, Tony La Russa. What was the final chapter like, and when did you know it was time?
I didn't, you know, because I know I could still hit. I just couldn't play defense anymore or run, but I know I could still hit. But that was, and Dave Stewart, because
Oh, young Stu.
yeah, because Stu was released by the Phillies, and they asked me did I think Stu could pitch, and then Stu came over with us. You know, pitched some couple minor league games, I think, next year. And then he took off and won 24 years in a row. And, you know, like Stu was, you know, was like my son. But see, at the end there, you know, there's always some trouble in your life and always some trouble at the end of sometime at the end of your career. And I left L.A. with some rumors and innuendos about things. So all of a sudden, I didn't play too much my last, you know, couple of years because I wouldn't really cooperate. But, you know, they teach you in the military that you kind of give name, rank, and serial number. You know what I'm saying?
So, looking back on it now, was it hard-headedness on your part or bullshit on their part, or a little bit of both?
Yeah, you said it right. It was a little bit of both.
Okay.
And, you know, a lot of times, you know, there are things that happen in your life that you're not proud of, but at the same time, you can sort of call bullshit on other people's part You know,
To play the part. But also back then, you didn't have an outlet to tell your side.
no, you didn't.
You know what I mean? So whatever was said, the rumors that flew, you had to wear them, whether they were true or not.
True that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. But you learn from it. You
Yeah.
learn from it and you get strong, you know.
After your playing days, nobody picked you up. You spoke earlier about how you wish that Major Leagues would hire more previous guys. You ended up being a stockbroker. How did you get back into the game? I heard you got a call from Hank one day.
Well, I got a call from Hank. I got a call from, I think, Cito, who else, Joe Morgan, that they were trying to get a group together, you know, to get players jobs when they leave the game. And so we also went with Ken Shropshire, who was you know, the head of law at University of Pennsylvania. You know, some heavy black people in the world, in the U.S. And so they started a group. We went to Dallas, and you know, we met with Al Rosen and some of the, you know, higher ups. And so Al came over to me and said, "Hey, man, we'd like to hire you as a coach." And I said, "No, I'm not here to get a job. I got a job. And plus, you know, when I left baseball, that was the last thing I wanted to do was coach. But I got divorced like my mom and dad did, and I was at a crossroads. And so I said, I don't want to coach. And my dad goes, "Son, why don't you go pray on it?" Went to Lake Arrowhead and with my daughter and my brother, and I'm checking in the hotel, and a dude taps me on the shoulder. It's the owner of the Giants, and he says, "You need to come join us." So I told my dad, I said, "Dad, you think that's a sign?" And he said, "Son, that's a sign that you don't want to see." So that's what I said. Okay, I'll give it 5 years. And then I'll go with ESPN or somewhere if I'm not, because I wanted to be a general manager.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you wanted
so
to go management. You didn't want to manage. I mean,
No.
you wanted to go to upper management.
Well,
didn't
you
wanna-
know, so I can hire and fire.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? I can help some. I can really help. And so Al Rosen said it would take 5 years, you know, to get the manager out of you. I mean, get the player out of you. And then it was 5 years and 1 day until I was named the manager.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how it works. You joined the Giants right after they signed Barry. He had a great relationship with his father. I had Royce Clayton on last week. He told me how Barry came in with the backwards hat, the dangling earring, the jokes. Did you know Barry earlier before he got to the bigs because of obviously your connection to
Yeah.
Bobby?
Well, I helped Barry a couple days after he was born. You know, in Riverside.
Uncle Dusty, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And so, hey, man, Bobby used to tell me how good Barry was going to be, because I had lost contact with Barry because I was off doing my thing. And Bobby wasn't lying.
Absolutely was
I
not.
mean, you know, he's one of the best. No, he's the best player I had, and the best player alongside Hank Aaron that I'd been around.
What's his day-to-day like? We got a chance to sit down with Barry and the way he broke things down in pitches and how he played the mental game in his head, that it was just him and the pitcher, it wasn't the defense. I mean, obviously his preparation was
He told you all
top-notch.
that.
Yeah.
Because see, most time he don't tell you.
Yeah, he opened up. I was surprised. Even his daughter's like, man,
Well,
he's...
he opened up now because he ain't playing against you.
There you go. Right?
I'm
You
just
can't
telling
get
you.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it is, he was very disciplined, not only on the field but off the field. He worked hard. A lot of times, people think that he didn't take batting practice or didn't do this or that. Well, a lot of times, he'd get up in the morning and go work out
So
and
early.
then come back. And then, you know, we'd be amazed. Sometimes he hadn't picked up a ball. Sometimes he hadn't swung a bat. And now they got sleep rooms where they used to get on Barry before about sleeping before the game. And now they have designated rooms to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
So he would take just to take a nap?
Yeah, but see, you got to like shake him and then jump back because
The swing?
Yeah, I think so. You know, and so like the thing about him is, man, he knew what was coming like Hank all the time. He had total recall, you know, on everything, and he's a guy that should be in the hall, and he's a guy that should be in the game because there's a lot of knowledge there
I agree.
that we're not hitting.
You managed him through arguably one of the greatest offensive seasons in baseball history, the 2002 season where he hit 73 home runs. In the dugout, day to day, being just to be able to see his greatness, what was that like?
Well, every day you just knew he was going to hit one.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean, you just didn't know how many he's going to hit.
Right.
And Sean Dunston is the guy that really, pumped him up. Because, Barry, he's like, I don't know. But Shawnee, yeah, you can do it, man. I mean, you can do it. They even had a bet.
I remember he won a car off it, right?
Sure did.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say that, but he sure did.
Yeah, no, I think he told us about that.
Yeah.
Didn't he tell us about that?
And Barry a little tight, man. He didn't want to pay.
He didn't want to spend that money. 2002 World Series.
Yeah.
It goes 7 games, right? You guys are up 3-2, or it goes 6. You were up 3-2. 3 outs to go, and somehow it ended up slipping away.
Hey, man, just that game went 7. Yeah, 2002. I was thinking
right?
2022.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it went 7. And I mean that was a big motivator for me after we lost that series, because my dad told me, he goes, man, I don't know, if you didn't win that game, you may never win one. And back in the old days, negative motivation was something that would resonate, but now you can't use negative motivation. So
doesn't work.
I was a long ride home. I knew that I was leaving, and Bill Walsh had told me sometimes you can stay somewhere too long, and that's why I left and went to Chicago. Yeah,
Chicago. You get them out of the slump since 1908 with the postseason appearance. Sammy Sosa, Kerry Wood, Pryor, Maddox, Zambrano.
That's some bad dudes, man.
Sounds like it.
That's why I went there.
Yeah, great pitching staff.
Yep.
What was managing Zambrano like?
Zambrano was an athlete. Zambrano was Fernando, but could run, and he's a switch hitter. I mean, Zambrano was one of the best
athletes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that staff was nasty.
Man.
Young Kerry
That's why I
Wood,
went
young
there.
Mark Pryor.
Oh yeah.
OG Maddox.
Yep.
What was Sammy like? We got a chance to sit down with Sammy.
You did?
Yeah, it was at one of Pump's events.
Yeah. Well, Sammy could play. I knew Sammy when he was at the White Sox.
Okay.
When he could run, and just
back when he had the Jerry curl.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, Sammy, I think is one of the most underrated players. This guy, what did he do? Hit 60 2 or 3 times or whatever it is,
Very
and nobody
talented.
even says anything about it. You know what I mean? And so, it was. I had some good dudes, man. Good dudes to manage.
2003 NLCS, the famous Bartman catch.
Yeah.
Walk us through what you saw, what you heard. D. Lee, you were at that game? You were in the building?
Oh yeah, he was there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, Bartman, I couldn't see the play.
Okay.
Because
it was left field. It was left field line, right?
Yeah.
So you were in the third base dugout.
Yeah, you can't see down left field line, and I could tell by the fans' reaction and by their reaction over there what happened on the Cubs. And I didn't see it until after the game. You know what I mean? I think he could have caught it, but hey, man, we had an opportunity to win that game.
We
had the chances. Now, one of the toughest parts there. You talk about D. Lee. See, I didn't really want to pitch to D. Lee, but Pryor got D. Lee out on that fastball up and in. And Pryor still talks about that. And, I don't like my homeboy beating me, but if anybody going to beat me, might as well be him. But then he ended up joining us afterwards, which is one of the most proudest moments I had. I mean, our families know each other.
Right.
I mean,
long history.
Oh yeah, all the history. I knew him when he was a little old dude coming to our baseball school, but I knew him for basketball more than baseball.
Yeah, I know.
If you were Sacramento, you got to play basketball.
You don't think you have a choice. But,
That's right.
But baseball was just as fun. I felt growing up, baseball was just as fun as any of the sports I played.
Yeah.
Like, to be able, in Little League, when you
Where'd
get
you
the
play?
position, center field, first base, and shortstop.
Oh, you had that speed, huh?
Yeah, I could play a little bit.
Yeah.
I just couldn't hit off-speed pitches once I got
Well,
deeper
you ain't
into
the
high
only
school.
one.
Yeah.
You think you the only one that can't hit all speed pitches?
I had to let it go.
Yeah.
If I got a hold on it, was going, but yeah, I had to let it go.
Yeah.
Astros, you were hired to replace AJ Hinch from the sign scandal. One of the biggest controversies, some would say. The environment you stepped into, how challenging was it to kind of, okay, this has happened in the past, let's change focus and move forward?
Well, that's how I felt. And, you know, I had just interviewed with the Phillies.
Okay.
But the Phillies took Joe Girardi.
Mm-hmm.
And so about a week or two later, I got the call from the Astros. And my son, Darren B., had told me, he said, maybe God didn't want you to take that Phillies job. Mm-hmm. And the Astros, you know, usually you don't inherit a championship team like that. And it was, I was like, well, this is sent from above. You know what I mean? And I knew I had a chance to win. I didn't care about the scandal because I wasn't there. Mm-hmm. And I just told them, hey, man, I asked the world to forgive them. And because the hardest thing in the world is for people to forgive each other, but everybody's quick to throw stones, you know? And so I got there. One of the best things that happened to me when I got there was the fact that we had COVID. And we didn't have to deal with the fans and the booing and the jeers and
just get back to baseball.
Yeah, and then you know the guy that took the brunt of it was really, you know, Jose Altuve, and he was the most innocent dude there. Mm. And you know that you know really affected me how he was
treated.
Yeah, I mean all over everywhere, and he didn't deserve it.
I mean, you found success in the manager space. Now that you're not doing it anymore, what was your secret to be able to motivate, lead, get these guys to believe in what you were telling them? Because it's difficult to get all those different personalities. Guys are making a bunch of different money to get everyone on the same page, but you had a knack for it.
You know, I didn't care about the money because I made money. And I didn't care about being a star because I was a star. I just didn't shine as bright as some of these dudes. But I wasn't bad, and I think that helped me get some success and respect the fact that I had been out there. And then my background of being in different environments, playing Latin America, being all white, all black, being in the Marines, these are things that really just sort of helped me get along with everyone. Or knowing when to discipline somebody or knowing when to, you know, back off. Yeah. And I think having coaches was probably my real success, where you have coaches of different nationalities, different backgrounds. You know, I always wanted a black dude on my staff. I wanted a Latin dude on my staff. I wanted a country white dude from the South that could deal with whoever was from wherever they're from. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, the more diverse you can surround yourself with, you know, the more diversity you can have on your team, you know, the better, you know, we're going to get along.
I like that. 2020, 2021, you fall short. But 2022, you finally get over the hill and beat the team that decided to go a different way, beat the Phillies. What was that like? Obviously, you said it was bittersweet as a player because you were whooping people's ass in Montreal and you didn't really get to help on the field. But this time, you know, as a manager, the oldest manager to ever win it at 73, was that kind of like, okay?
Well, you know, the year before, when the Braves beat us, that was the year Hank died. I remember my wife came in and told me.
Oh, really?
That Hank had died. And, you know, that morning. And, man, in my mind, Hank wanted the Braves to win that year, even though he liked me. That was the Braves' year.
Right.
And then next year, that's when we won. So I guess Hank gave me his blessings, and that's the year my mama died.
Okay.
As well. Okay. So, you know, everything was pointing towards, you know, us to win. Everybody talks about me being the oldest manager. I don't. I feel younger than a whole bunch of these cats out here. You know what I mean? And plus, the last oldest manager is the one who beat me in Jack McKeon. And Jack, so I took over from Jack. So you can see all these things lining up. You understand what I'm saying? So
it was meant to be.
Yeah, it's meant to be.
2 championships, one as a manager, one as a player. Over 50 years, you got, you know, you were able to make it to the mountaintop. How does your baseball philosophy, I feel like you learned so much stuff about life through sports? How does your baseball philosophy just apply to life?
Just try not to get too high when things are going good and too low when things are going bad. And then just realize that a lot of this, some of this is out of your control, because we think we're about control all the time. And live your life. Try to treat people